All right, let's talk about a classic SAT algebra question. Now, this one looks simple, right? But it's actually designed to trip you up. And today I'm going to show you how to beat it every single time. I know it sounds a little dramatic, but it's totally true. Just one of these algebra questions can be the difference between a good score and a great score. See, it all comes down to strategy, not just knowing the math. So here's what happens. A lot of students see a problem like this, they rush, and boom, they lose valuable points. But a smart, strategic test taker, they see a guaranteed point. And today, we're going to make that switch in your brain. Look, we're not just here to find an answer. We're here to decode the mindset behind the test itself. We're going to learn how to think like the SAT, and that's how you turn those tricky pitfalls into points on the board. Okay, here it is, question 10. Just take a look. It seems so straightforward, doesn't it? A basic two-step equation. And that, my friends, is the trap. The SAT is literally counting on you to underestimate this. And this is exactly where people lose points. It's not because the math is hard, it's because when you're under pressure, it is so easy to rush and make a tiny mistake. The real challenge here isn't the algebra at all, it's your focus. So, how do we make sure we get it right every single time? We use a method that is absolutely foolproof. I want you to think of this equation like a perfectly balanced scale. Okay, let's break it down. Now, this right here is the single most important rule in all of algebra. I mean it. Whatever you do to one side of the equation, you must do to the other. Seriously, burn that into your brain. If you can just remember that one thing, you can solve pretty much any linear equation the SAT throws at you.
Okay, so our game plan is super simple, really elegant. First, we're going to clear away that extra number, the constant. Then, step 2, we're going to get our x, the variable, all by itself. That's it, just 2 steps to a perfect answer.
All right, let's put step 1 into action. To get rid of that plus 5, we just do the opposite. We subtract 5. But remember the rule? To keep our scale balanced, we've got to subtract 5 from the other side too.
And boom. Just like that, the equation gets way simpler. On the left, the 5s just cancel each other out. And on the right, 11 minus 5 gives us 6. So now we're left with 2x equals 6. We are so close, just one step away.
Okay, for the final step, we need to get that x all alone. Right now we have 2x, which is just 2 times x. So we do the opposite again. We divide by 2. And of course, what we do to one side, we absolutely have to do to the other. So the 2's on the left cancel out, leaving us with just x. And on the right, 6 divided by 2 is 3. See that? Clean, simple, and 100% correct. And there you have it, our final answer, x equals 3. But listen, the number 3 isn't the real prize here. The main takeaway is the methodical, totally error-proof process we use to get there. That's the real key to crushing the SAT.
And this brings us to the biggest lesson of all. You've got to understand that the SAT is not a race. The students who walk away with the highest scores, they aren't always the fastest. They're the most strategic, the most deliberate. So, here's your new mental checklist for every single algebra problem you see. Your goal: always isolate the variable. Your number 1 rule: always keep the equation balanced. And your mantra, the thing you have to repeat to yourself is, do not rush.
I really want this to be your new mindset. When you see these problems, it's not about frantic, panicked speed. It's about being in control of the equation. It's about understanding that core principle of balance. And it's about executing each step with total precision. Okay, now I'm genuinely curious. Be honest. When you first saw that equation at the beginning, what was your initial thought? Did you try to solve it in your head right away? Drop a comment below and let me know. I'd love to see how you tackled it before we did this whole breakdown. And you know what? This was really just the warm-up. If this methodical approach clicked for you, you've got to make sure you subscribe. Why? Because in our very next explainer, we're taking this exact same strategic mindset and using it to beat some of the trickiest, most complicated problems on the entire SAT. Trust me, you are not going to want to miss that.